Hey guys, welcome back to my Lakers MyGM. We are in the playoffs going against the New Orleans Pelicans. My last video I did state that Anthony Davis is the best player on this Pelicans team. He's a 94, 93 overall in the third year. And other than that, that's really all the Pelicans have. They have Drew Holiday, who's a low 70, and Tyreke Evans, who's a high 70. This team is not that good, but when it comes to overalls and simulation games, the high overalls usually tend to win against the well-averaged team like the team I have now in the Los Angeles Lakers team. So just like last year, we are going to be playing against every single team when it comes to the elimination game, whether we're about to be eliminated or the other team is about to be eliminated. It started off pretty good when we simulated the first game. We won, I do believe, at home, and then after that, it was all downhill. The Pelicans actually won 3 games in a row, if I do believe correctly, and all of a sudden, we're down 1-3 to the New Orleans Pelicans with only Anthony Davis as their lead guy? What kind of nonsense is that? I know we do have Julius Randle out, who may miss this round, possibly next round, and maybe even the Western Conference Finals if we get there, because he's out to 2 to 4 weeks with, I think, a fractured leg or something along those lines. But Julius Randle, he was coming off the bench anyways, so he really didn't play a big part. It would have obviously probably been a little bit closer when simulating games if we had a full healthy lineup, but it's playoff times. You don't know whether or not you're going to have a full healthy rotation, and we really could have used Julius Randle, but it is what it is, and we ended up playing against the Pelicans at home for the first game, Game 5, trying to stay alive and trying to force a Game 7, and just trying to make it out of the first round, because last season we did make it to the second round, lost to the first-seeded Clippers, and the Clippers are right in our conference. If we get past the Pelicans, and if the Warriors lose to the Clippers, we have a shot in getting revenge against the Clippers. How storybook would that be? But that's looking a little bit too far in the future for my liking, because we have the Pelicans here in front of us trying to eliminate us. Luckily for us, the Pelicans are not a good CPU team, because like I said, Anthony Davis is the only 90 overall. I do believe they have Tyreke Evans, who's almost an 80 overall. So these guys are very, very top heavy and just Anthony Davis. So when we're playing the superstar CPU, it's going to be a lot easier to take advantage of them. And just like the first game we play, we do take advantage of them. By the end of the second or first quarter, I do believe, I'm not looking at the gameplay here, but we're up by almost 12 points. And that was the entire game, just absolutely steamrolling them, and we do end up winning by 10 points at the end of this game. But we're going to be showing 2 gameplays here, so you guys can see the first half of game 1 and then the rest of the second game that we do play as the elimination game. My next episode, we'll have to wait and find out what the next episode is going to be, but after that, after game 1 and going into game 2, we are going against the Pelicans at their home, and it was kind of the same thing as the first game. Up by 10, up by 12, up by 14, and it was just a steamroll. The Pelicans were not a good team to go up against user-wise. They're a good team to go up against simulation-wise because they have Anthony Davis, obviously, and Anthony Davis is a top 5, maybe even top 6 player in NBA 2K. But when it comes to actually playing against them, they have absolutely no chance, because my team is just completely stacked with high 80s, high 70s, compared to not having a single 90. At least we're a team. I built this team to become a team and not just rely on one person. And Kobe, he could, get a little bit rest, just sit back a little bit, and be like the 4th best option on the team, and he could just ride out his career and hopefully win his 6th ring with the Los Angeles Lakers before he retires. So the next episode will most likely be a live commentary, one single game of me going up against the New Orleans Pelicans, because we did manage to catch up with them, forcing a Game 7. It's going to be a fun Game 7 at that. This whole playoff situation we are in right now against the Pelicans, I'm not a big fan of, considering I don't think they even deserve to be a 7th seed, having us down 1-3 at the beginning, and now all even up at 3-3 going into Game 7. I personally think that's pretty stupid how 2K simulates games when you obviously have the better team of better players, better overalls. Well, they just have a top 5 player in Anthony Davis on their team that automatically makes them win. That's not how the NBA works, 2K. The Pelicans may have a top 5 player in Anthony Davis in real life, but as of right now, I know it's early in the season. They're nowhere close to even making the playoffs. They're actually one of the worst teams in the Western Conference. So that's not how it works. Look at the Rockets, too, in the real life NBA. The Rockets aren't even close to making the playoffs right now. They have been on a little winning streak, but it shows that if you have no players around your top 5, top 6 players, such as James Harden and Anthony Davis, then you're not going to make it into the playoffs. The Thunder were a prime example of that last season when they did not make the playoffs, although it was kind of based on luck with Anthony Davis beating the Spurs at the end of the season and getting that 3-point buzzer beater against OKC. It just shows that one single superstar cannot carry your team very far compared to how it would be if you had another superstar sided with him, or at least a decent rotation team surrounded around him as well. That said, I've been rambling a lot meaninglessly throughout this entire video. Next video will be a live commentary, more enthusiasm, because we are that much closer into finishing up this MyGM series and hopefully winning a championship to end this 3rd season and get Kobe his 6th ring, because although Kobe may not be better than Duncan, at least we could try to get him a 6th ring. Game 7 will be soon, and I can't wait to play it and see what happens afterwards. Hopefully we get the win. We probably will, considering how we just got out the mop today, started sweeping the floor, brushing the floor, brush floors with mop, I guess. I don't know, but you get the analogy. I'm the king of analogies, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.